The Rosie Project is a delightful and humorous novel by Graeme Simsion that follows the life of Don Tillman, a genetics professor who is brilliant but socially awkward. Don struggles with making emotional connections and interacting with people on a personal level. His life is characterized by rigid routines, precise planning, and a scientific approach to everything. Determined to find a perfect life partner, Don creates what he calls the Wife Project, a highly detailed and structured questionnaire designed to identify the ideal woman based on strict criteria. This quest for a scientifically perfect match is meant to eliminate the unpredictability and chaos he associates with relationships. Don's ideal woman must be punctual, logical, and share his structured lifestyle, qualities that seem essential for compatibility. The questionnaire aims to weed out individuals who do not meet these criteria, making Don's search for a wife a calculated, almost clinical endeavor. Despite his meticulous planning, however, his efforts to find love are unsuccessful, as none of the women who answer his questionnaire fit the mold he envisions. Don's world is turned upside down when he meets Rosie Jarman, a spontaneous and free-spirited bartender. Rosie is everything Don's questionnaire rules out. She is impulsive, emotional, and operates outside of Don's carefully ordered world. She smokes, drinks, and works as a bartender while pursuing a career in psychology, making her a far cry from the kind of woman Don believes he needs. Initially, Don dismisses Rosie as an unsuitable match for his wife project, but he becomes intrigued when he learns that Rosie is searching for her biological father. Rosie's quest to identify her father, which she calls the Father Project, becomes the focus of Don's attention. Don, driven by his scientific nature and need to solve problems, decides to help Rosie with her search. This shift from the Wife Project to the Father Project takes Don out of his comfort zone, leading him into a series of unexpected and humorous situations. As Don assists Rosie in her quest, he starts experiencing emotions he has never fully understood, such as affection, jealousy, and the thrill of spontaneity. Throughout their time together, Rosie challenges Don's worldview, forcing him to step outside of his rigid routines and embrace uncertainty. Don's journey with Rosie forces him to confront the idea that love is not something that can be reduced to logic and a checklist. The more time they spend together, the more Don learns that true compatibility may not be about shared interests and behaviors but about emotional connection and acceptance. As Don becomes more deeply involved with Rosie, he begins to question the strict principles that have guided his life. He realizes that while his questionnaire might help him identify a theoretically perfect match, it does not account for the chemistry, emotions, and complexities of human relationships. Rosie begins to see Don not as a problem to be fixed but as a person worthy of love and affection for who he truly is. Don's growing feelings for Rosie, however, create internal conflict. His scientific mind struggles with the unpredictability of love, and he is forced to confront his difficulty in expressing emotions. As Rosie discovers the truth about her father, Don's emotional journey reaches a turning point. Despite his usual discomfort with feelings, he finds himself wanting to support her in a way that challenges his usual way of thinking. The relationship deepens, and Don comes to understand that love is not something that can be controlled or predicted, it is a force that defies logic. Determined to express his feelings for Rosie in a way that is meaningful to her, Don takes an uncharacteristic step. He makes a grand gesture, breaking free from his usual patterns of behavior, to show Rosie that he cares about her deeply. This transformation is not about changing who Don is but about learning to let go of his rigid, logical approach to life and open himself up to emotional vulnerability. As Don learns to navigate the complexities of love and relationships, he begins to embrace the uncertainty that comes with them. He discovers that love cannot always be explained through science or logic and that true happiness comes from embracing the unexpected and letting go of rigid expectations. Through his experiences with Rosie, Don begins to grow emotionally, understanding that relationships are not about finding the perfect match on paper but about the connections that make life more meaningful. In the final moments of the story, Don realizes that Rosie is the person he truly wants to be with, not because she fits his predefined mold, but because she brings joy, spontaneity, and love into his life. Their relationship becomes a celebration of acceptance, personal growth, and the unpredictable nature of love. Don learns that the best relationships are the ones that don't follow a set of rules or criteria but are built on connection, shared experiences, and emotional understanding. The Rosie Project is an uplifting and charming novel that blends humor, romance, and self-discovery. Through Don's unique perspective, the story explores the complexities of human relationships and the beauty of personal growth. The novel reminds readers that love often finds us in the most unexpected ways and that the journey to emotional fulfillment is sometimes the most rewarding part of the experience. In the end, the Rosie Project is not just about finding love, it is about the personal transformation that comes with embracing change, stepping outside of one's comfort zone, and allowing the unpredictable to shape one's life in surprising ways. Don Tillman's journey from a rigid, logical existence to one filled with love, emotion, and growth is a testament to the power of self-discovery and the transformative nature of love. See